Yeah. Yeah. Guess who came back with a large fucking fist to eat the Brooklyn blast furnace? I brought your ugly bitch with me. Your shit is sus. Ain't nobody trying to hear you talk. When Jimmy's on the mic, they take your whack shit and turn it off. It's real life, not them stories that you punks say. He made it out alive, and he's relatively unscathed. So subscribe to the podcast and share the post and tell your stupid friends to do the same. You heard it here from Coast.
All right, another episode of the Brooklyn Blast Furnace podcast. And my guest today is an international sex symbol, a guitar god, and the knockout king of King's Highway. My boy, Mr. Rob Castoria, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on?
Hello. No need to stand. No need to clap. What's going on?
Everyone just take a second to breathe. It's all right.
Oh, man.
Yeah. How the fuck you been? This is before we start getting into shit. I'm glad that you're on here, bro.
Yeah, man.
We don't have to get into all the bullshit, but I'm glad you're on here. I'm glad everything is cool. And you know, sometimes you have to get rid of dish rags, and then you realize that the dish rags were always the problem.
Yeah, I hear you. You know, and I'm glad everything smoothed over and shit like that.
Yeah, me too, bro. Yeah, like we don't have to get into details, but those who know,
believe that it's not even worth talking about.
Exactly. Like I said, though, but those who know, and that's it, and that's all. I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely.
Yeah. So what's going on with you, man?
Not too much. Well, actually, a lot. But
right.
I've been doing security at the Kingsland, at the Meadows, at the Brooklyn Monarch, at the Wood Shop.
Nice.
I'm taking care of my mother, trying to play and tour as much as possible.
Yeah.
And in the midst of getting recording back going with Joey Z, I have a couple of songs that he's going to produce for me.
Nice.
And other than that, I don't know, just trying to stay healthy and do my thing and stay out of trouble. That's the main thing.
Yeah, I know. Bro, juggling a lot. It's funny that you say it's like, hey, there's not much going on, but then you really stop and think about it. There's so much going on. You know?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's
really
crazy.
Is.
I don't stop. I fucking work a lot. I've been going to the gym. I'm doing this. I do road trips. I'm always up to something. I'm forever busy. I'm never bored, which is a good thing. But
I don't have free time to be bored.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Me neither.
But in the end, it's all for a good cause. You know what I'm saying? Making money, working, taking care of my mother. You know, all of that shit. So, you know, my guitar playing, I slacked off a little bit over the past like year or whatever. And during before I got like the coverage approved for my mother, I dumped 18 fucking guitars at Guitar Center peanut prices, and you know, had a fundraiser for her and a GoFundMe and all of that stuff. And I want to thank everybody who helped me out and been a part of it. It means a lot. You know, I didn't thank everybody individual because it's too much, but everybody knows that, you know, I'm very appreciative and it means a lot.
Yeah,
and
you can't thank everybody. You'll forget someone to be like, yo, what about me? You know, that kind of shit.
Yeah. So everyone, thank you, and I love all of yous.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's only, you get rid of a guitar to pay for a homemade, it's only stuff. You can get it back, you know, and eventually I will.
All that shit, listen, man, I lost my mother in 2011. There ain't nothing replacing your mom, bro. You could have 94 fathers, but you only have one mother. And it's I know how it feels to lose one, and it's brutal, bro. And so guitars, what is it? What's a guitar at the end of the day? It's all replaceable shit.
I can't play 25 guitars at once. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, have a handful left, and That's it. I don't even play that much anymore. The last thing live I did was the Leeway Tribute.
Yes,
And that,
which was awesome. I got to thank you. That was an
of course,
amazing event, man. Like that was really cool. Like like you've played several of my shows that I did years ago with Lucky 13, and
yeah, man.
I was kind of like, you know what? Things got stupid. We all know the reasons. And then it was like, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking back away. And I didn't do any shows for several years, like almost 5 years, I think. And then once I heard that Eddie went into hospice, I'm like, oh God. And then before we all knew it, he was gone. So I was like, you know what? I'll come out of retirement, I'll do a one-off show just to help Eddie's sisters. And I got to thank Artie from Fire is Murder because he's the one that basically took the reins to put together that entire Leeway tribute set.
Yeah, yeah. Artie's a good dude, man. And
I fucking lost you.
what the fuck?
I lost you for a second. It's all right. This is Guerrilla Podcast.
We back? I think we're back.
Yeah, we're back. It's all right. These things happen. You might be frozen, but who cares? I'm not Rogan, bro. I think you're back. Hey, you're back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. They're a little broken up here and there, but
Yeah.
we'll get through it. It's fucking hardcore.
Exactly. Exactly.
See.
So that
That fucking
what happened? Frozen again?
fuck shit.
It's probably the reception over there. Because I'm hardwired in. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm in my fucking car.
Yeah, it's phone shit. It's fucking it's nonsense.
Should I shut off the Wi-Fi maybe?
I don't know. Who's your service provider?
I got Spectrum.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I have T-Mobile. I never have my Wi-Fi on. So I don't know. Give it a shot. What's the worst?
Well, let's see what happens. I mean,
yeah, it's fine, dude.
Worst thing that happen that we have to do it over.
Yeah, and whatever. I'm fucking my days of insanity. The last couple of days are over, so I'm good. So anyway, the fucking Leeway tribute set was awesome. I was like, you know what? If I can help out Eddie's sisters. I had a meeting with Eddie's sisters and Artie out at Artie's house. We were discussing what we wanted to do, and that's when we started to think about people that that could be involved. And we were kind of being, I guess, not dicks about it, but we didn't want certain people, and we wanted certain people to do the Leeway tribute set. We didn't want anybody that's like, oh,
I understand.
A lot of people came out of the woodworks and wanted to do it, but it's like, come on, man, like you spoke so much shit about the dude. Now you want to like shine. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like
exactly
that kind of shit. Like we weren't having none of that, bro. So we were like, you know what? Whoever played with him,
I don't like that shit.
No. It's like all of a sudden, it's like, oh, now it's like, oh, that was your boy, but we all know.
But that's how it goes all the time with everybody. Somebody passes away, and then he's my brother. He's this, he's that. Meanwhile, where were you guys hanging out or talking or whatever when the person was alive?
Right.
Everybody's a fucking the piggybackers and fucking they want to. Yeah, exactly. Well,
it's like, come on, man. So yeah, but it was an awesome event. I had a certain. I'm not going to say how much here. A lot of people know. I'll text you. I think I might have told you how much we raised.
You told me. You told me. Yeah.
I was hoping for probably a couple thousand less than that, but I was like, wow, like that was cool. And I handed all that right to his sister outside, and she like broke down. She was in shock. I'm like, I hope it helps. I mean, I hope.
People come together sometimes. I mean, there were two incidents. Like one little fight and then something else or whatever, but
that was handled easily. It's a hardcore show, so what do you
Yeah, you had Mike and John there. They're good, man. They've been my friends for a long fucking time.
Yeah,
and people respect them, and they tell you to stop, you're gonna stop or whatever, and
So thank everybody for showing up, for everybody that played, for Artie, because a lot of people like thanking me. I'm like, listen, all I did was come up with the idea, and I made a couple of fucking, I asked a few fucking people to play. All the other people are the ones that get the credit, bro, because, I organized it, but not the entire thing. There was a lot of people behind the scenes that made it happen. So I'm glad that, Eddie's sisters. And you know what? At the end of the night, I walked out of there and I'm like, you know what? We all fucking came together and we did the right fucking thing, bro. We did a good thing for somebody who is, I mean, and people throw around the word all the time, but the fucking guy was a fucking legend, bro. And we did the right thing for his family. And that's it. And that
definitely. I'm gonna, I have a friend who lives in Staten Island, and I'm gonna, and actually, he was in Staten Island, lives in Pennsylvania now, Rob Antilla. And I'm gonna, once he settles in, he was going through some, once he settles in, I'm gonna go to his house and I'm gonna actually record a song that I have working on for Mike Gibbons, because I feel as though I've been friends with Mike close to 40 years, and he was like a brother to me.
Yeah.
And I feel as though he kind of got swept under the rug, and
he did.
He definitely deserves some type of recognition. So
100%.
100 people were like, yeah, we're gonna do songs, and nothing, But now, the way I look at it, I'm gonna do it myself. So
good.
Mike was a big hair metal fan, so I have a song I'm writing, like a hair metal type thing, and I might even throw a Leeway riff or two in there, and I'm gonna do like a solo along his style,
Right. Good.
Like a Randy Rhoads type of shred and everything, Warren DeMartini, stuff like that would fit perfectly tailored for Mike.
Yeah, that's good, bro. Good.
And then it's like, Eddie passed. I know Eddie a long time. I toured the country with him, hung out with him plenty of times, and I had nothing bad to say about Eddie. He was a good guy. He was a good friend.
Yeah.
And toward the end, I was texting him every couple of days.
Yeah, same.
And
yeah, man. He never, as far as me and him, we never had a bad word with each other. I respected him. I supported every single thing that he ever did, whether it was Leeway, every different version of Leeway, Truth and Rights, all of it. He was on the podcast several times. Every time they would play, I would be there. We would bullshit. I would get the random text message, yo, what's up, B? And then we would start bullshit. And then, so he was always like, I didn't speak to him every single day. I'm not going to sit here and say that. I had my issues. He had his.
No, I don't think I speak to any. Yeah, I don't think anybody speaks to any.
Yeah, every day. Mm-hmm.
This fucking thing keeps freezing.
Well, where are you? Are you outside the venue?
I don't hear anything from.
I hear you. You're in
and
out,
man.
You're in and out.
Not a screaming blow.
Fuck. You all right? You seem like you're all right. Can you hear me?
I see you now, and I can hear you a little bit, but it's broken up. Now it's black, the screen. Now you're back.
Yeah,
the fuck?
It's I don't know. It's definitely the fucking jerk off Wi-Fi.
Yeah, let me see. Maybe let me turn one.
You're back.
All right, now I see you. We might have to edit this or something, bro.
All right. Well, listen, if it goes out and keeps on going out, there's no big deal. We can always just shoot the shit another time. We could do it fucking. When's the next time you're off and have like 2 hours? That's if it keeps happening. That's all.
Yeah, Sunday. So I'm working tomorrow. I'm working Saturday, and then Sunday I'm off all day.
All right. So if it keeps happening, we could do Sunday like late afternoon, early evening.
That would be fine.
If it keeps happening. So it's not really a big deal, bro. Because once I'm done with this, it's going to take a few days. I send it to my guy, and then he puts the intro, and then he sends it back, and then I put it up.
Okay. That's cool, man.
Let's go back in time. You're a Queens guy.
Yep.
OG Queens guy. Now, I have to ask the stupid question, but what made you pick up your guitar? Because a lot of people say it. I'm not just going to say it either. But you also claim to be an international fucking,
guitar god, international.
Yeah. So, but what made you? What did you like? take lessons, or did you pick up a guitar and just learned it yourself?
Yeah, well, what happened was my grandmother played violin in an orchestra. So
oh shit, that's cool.
Yeah, she told my mother, she was like, my mother wasn't musically inclined, but my sister, my sister plays piano. So she was like, she told my mother, get the kids to play an instrument. It's good for them.
Yeah.
So my sister started piano, my cousin started piano, and there was a custodian at my public school when I was in second grade. He was like, I'll give him drum lessons. I'll give it to him for free. My mother's like, no, the drum's too loud, too loud.
Yeah.
So in 1978, I went to Peterson's House of Music on Jamaica Avenue in Woodhaven, and I started taking guitar lessons. And I did the whole sight reading. 7.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah. I still talk to my guitar teacher now. She lives, I think, in California, Kathy Serpico, and we played like all the guitar players from that music school. They had we do recitals. We played Beatles songs or whatever, and then I got a silver medal for playing fucking Big Rock Candy Mountain in 1980.
Nice.
Yeah, I hit one like flub note, so I got a silver medal. But I still have it hanging on my wall. Long Island Music Teachers Association or organization, I'm sorry. And then in 6th grade, I did something that nobody could ever say they've done. My class did a project for Earth Day, and they sang a song about saving a whale to the tune of Stairway to Heaven. So I played Stairway to Heaven on a guitar while the class sang at Lincoln Center in front of over 1,000 people.
Really?
And,
about saving a whale to Stairway to Heaven? That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't like when they say like, oh, when he's buying a Stairway to Heaven, I think the words were like, and he travels so swiftly with his harem, something like that. Like whatever the thing had to do with a whale. I don't remember the exact words.
Right.
But then I stopped playing 7th grade and 8th grade. And then 9th grade, when I went to high school, I jammed with a couple of neighborhood guys. And I'm like, wow, I'm going to get back into this. So I started playing metal, and I got into a band called Metal Storm. The Queens one, not the fucking Brooklyn assholes.
I knew that was coming.
Oh, yeah. We were out a couple of years before them. And then I'm on Rockaway Beach with Bobby Hamble, and somebody came over and was like, oh, they said you got to change your name or they're going to come fight you or whatever. I said, well, fucking fight. I was like, tell them to come here or whatever. I'll smash a fucking bottle in his face.
Yeah.
And nobody ever cared. I'm not fighting over a band name. Yeah. Fucking idiots.
Yeah.
So I did that from like 85 until like 1990. And then the band broke up. We used to play, the Brooklyn Metal Storm played L'Amour's, and we used to play the Sundance in Long Island.
Right.
So
your Metal Storm wasn't the one that opened up or played the last Thrash Bash. That was the other Metal Storm.
That was the other. We never played L'Amour's. We played the Sundance, and like we played with Death Angel, Dark Angel, Death, DRI, Sacred Reich, all the fucking great 80s bands. And it was great. And then when the band broke up, a singer left because he was a fucking cunt. But we tried out a couple of people, and then it just kind of fizzled out. So I cut my hair, started getting tattooed. And then in 96, I got into a hardcore band, Fuse. And then I started working sanitation. So we had that big blizzard, and I had to work 12 hours a day. So I kind of like did a mutual that I left the band because I couldn't make practices because of my crazy work hours.
Right.
And then
I remember that fucking blizzard, the blizzard of 96.
Oh, it was fucking brutal, bro. I worked like in 21 hours, 21 days straight, 12 hours a day. And then another 11 days straight at 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, it did it obviously, but it was fucking nerve wracking.
Yeah.
And then I stopped.
You put a demo out with Fuse, no? Did you have a demo?
I had demo tapes with Metal Storm, and Fuse has a demo. Yeah, they have like a couple of song CD. I gotta find it somewhere.
Okay.
And then I stopped playing guitar totally for 9 years. I didn't touch it.
Why? Any reason?
I don't know. Well, I was bouncing at clubs. Then I started bouncing at a strip club and hanging out in the rap scene. And I just didn't,
Yeah.
I went a different kind of path.
I get it. I did the same thing throughout the years. Like I kind of went this way, and it's not on purpose. It's just that's where life just brings you sometimes. I get it.
Yeah, it's like it works out good because it's like I know everybody from all genres and colors and all races or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But
yeah.
And then I went to Duff's, the old Duff's, when it was by Kent Avenue. And I saw a lot of guys that I haven't seen in years from, and they were they're playing shows and everything. So I go to the shows. I'm like, wow. I was like, I want to do this again. So I started playing
get that
again.
Fire again. Like, yeah, like, why did I leave this? Like, this is fucking awesome shit. Yeah.
Yeah, like when I first cut my hair, I jammed with Pyrexia.
Okay.
And they wanted me to be in the band, but I couldn't do it because I was working in the airport night shift. So my old guitarist from Metal Storm got the gig, and he made Sermon of Mockery with them, and he did a tour and everything. And it's like that album became one of the like staples of death metal. I mean, they thanked me on it, which is cool.
Yeah.
And I still in touch with them today. And it's like you get older. I should have stayed just with the music, but you can't cry over spilled milk.
Right.
But I started playing again, and then I was doing shreds at they had a benefit at St. Vitus for Jessica Pimentel back in like I think 2012. So they had some bands playing, and I was like, Jess is my friend. I want to contribute something. So I went up and I did like a 5-minute shred, and I don't know. People like, I didn't know you could play guitar like that. I says, well, yeah, I've been playing for a long time.
Since I was 7.
So and then they started putting me on for shredding at different venues. Like I shredded the month later. I got paid $160 to do a 4.5-minute shred at Irving Plaza. I went on right after Stigma.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was great. And then I played everywhere. So then I was like, I'm going to release my own shit. So I started Maniac Rise.
Yeah.
And I had 2 songs from the 80s, 2 songs from the 90s, and 2 songs that I wrote like 2012. And I went to Stacey Odell at Riverfront Studios in Greenpoint, and I did the 6 songs. I wrote all the lyrics, all the music, played all the guitars, all the bass. Stacey programmed the drums, and originally I was going to have all guest vocalists.
Right.
Jessica Pimentel sang on one song, and then we had Sandy. So Sal from Sworn Enemies' house had some damage, so he couldn't do it. Then Danny from Malignancy was in Europe or whatever. I was like, you know what? I got to get this done. I'll sing. So I sang on the rest of the songs, and then I released it. So I was like,
Swallow My Evil?
Yes. I was like, this is what I have. I'm looking for band members. Because I could tell you, hey, Jimmy, I got a band. I need band members. We sound like fucking Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah.
But then you hear it, you're like, you don't sound like Cannibal Corpse. You sound like Morbid Angel.
Right.
So I had the finished product. I said, this is what I have. This is the music. So I got band members, and obviously the vocalist was a bad choice. And we made another EP called No Lives Matter. In 2017, Joey Z did it, and we had a good release party at Webster Hall. It sold out the room.
Did you do it at Method of Groove Studios out at Joey's house?
No, the studio was already closed. He has the Nest out at his house now in Merrick.
Gotcha.
So we did it there. We had a good record release party at Webster Hall. We played with Immortal Suffering, Desolate, and SOS, and a couple other Cicada, and a few other bands or whatever, and it went over well.
Nice.
And we were playing locally. The thing was, the idiot I had on vocals was a fucking moron, and I don't know why you know, I don't even want to get into what went on with him, but people didn't take us seriously because of his stupid fucking antics. So I wound up getting rid of him, and we did a couple of shows, instrumental, and then never got a vocalist because I got called to join Marauder. So I jumped on that. I did Marauder for, I think, 2018 to 2021.
Yeah, I know you were out with them for a long time, even though we weren't like speaking or whatever. But I saw what was going on.
Yeah, I mean, we headlined a tour of Japan, which was cool. We toured the country with Leeway. We played a lot of, you know, United Blood Fest, this fest, that fest, a lot of one-offs, and it was cool. And then, you know, things didn't work out. Which rather, I'm not going to get into details, but
don't need to get into the drama. Nope.
Nah, no drama. I'm not talking about nothing. Just didn't work out. So, during that whole time, like Maniac Rise and Merauder, I started teching for Life of Agony. I do the East Coast in Canada.
You were teching for Joey Z for a long time because I saw you. It was Walls of Jericho, Life of Agony, several years back at Starland.
Starland. Yeah, I started I started helping them out. I want to say maybe 2015.
Yeah, that was 2000. Yeah. That was almost 10. How crazy. That was almost a decade ago, bro. That's scary.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy how time flies, man.
Yeah.
You know, and then they start, instead of the one-offs, then Joey asked me, he goes, they want to hire me to do a tour. And I was like, of course.
Sure.
So they, you know, whenever they have me, I go. And then during that time, what do you call it? What else was I doing? I was doing guest lead work, Classics versus Classics Volume 2. I did a lead on the Urban Discipline cover. I did a lead for Scott Earth on his Fence Walker project, song With an S, it's called. Dave Pickford's Band of Brothers. I did 2 leads on Mother's Day in the video. Joe.
Dave Pickford, he's a good dude, man.
Yeah, I grew up with his brother. Dave was younger, but I hung out with his brother all the time. And you know, it's a shame his brother got killed in 9/11.
9/11, yeah.
But his, you know, me and his brother were really close, and you know, Dave was always a few years younger, so he didn't hang out with us much. But I saw him around. He's always a good kid, and you know, he's another one that does a lot for a lot of people. And I feel bad because a lot of people never reciprocate. You know, they don't show him the love that he deserves because a lot of people, you know, he's too generous with certain people, and others, you know, appreciate it. But and then what else? You know, I'm starting to record some instrumental stuff. I did a couple of songs with Joey Z that he did, and I have 2 more songs. One sounds like it could be on Death Leprosy, and the other one sounds like it could be on Marauder God Is High. Nice. So I have the scratch tracks down, and probably by the end of September, I think Joey said it's going to have some time, and hopefully I'll be able to get in there and finish the thing that I'm going to have. I'm going to do all the guitars, all the bass, and I'm going to do the vocals. My friend Eva Anderson, she wrote some kind of like, I don't know if it was a poem or just like a couple of paragraphs.
Yeah.
And I was reading it one day, and it fucking fit perfect to one of the songs I have. So I asked her if I could use it for the song. She said, absolutely. So obviously give her full credit for the writing, and I'm going to use that. And I asked Bill Lamott of coronary thrombosis to play drums. And he said, yeah, you know, he's a good friend of mine. He's a fucking sick drummer.
Yeah.
And then I got called by Gallo, and they asked me if I wanted to step in for Craig for an Agnostic Front tour, and I was like, "Fucking, as long as I'm breathing."
Why would you say no to that? Like,
exactly.
You gotta be a jerk off if you say no. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, you know, and there's still some fucking jerk offs that were like, "Well, how many people did they call before they got to you?" I said, "I don't give a fuck if they called 5 million people.
Yeah, who gives a fuck? I'm that guy now."
Yeah, that was great because so many people show me fucking love and respect because I played with them. And they're like, "Oh, you still in the band?" I was like, "No, I'm not in the band. I filled in on a tour."
Yeah.
I don't say I was a member of Agnostic Front. I don't expect them to, recognize me as a member, but
No,
I
you
filled in.
filled in. You helped them out to fucking get through
Yeah,
the tour, and that's fucking.
yeah, and
I'm
it
sure they
was great. It was all,
appreciated that.
yeah, Roger, all of them. They praised me, they thanked me, and it made me feel good. I did 10
Mhm.
shows with them. We went from Florida. We went and we finished up by Empire Underground by Mike Valente.
Nice.
Was
Shout
the
out to Mike
show.
Valente, another fucking great guy.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
He
and
just got married,
congratulations.
that maniac.
Yeah, congratulations on your
Yes.
marriage.
Yeah.
And
Awesome.
um and I mean that's pretty much it guitar wise. I tech for Vanilla Fudge, Carmine Apiece.
Nice.
Um yeah, the fucking OGs, man, they've been doing it
Jesus.
60 years. They're killing it.
How
And
crazy is that? 6 decades and you're still going, bro. That's
yeah,
nuts.
and Carmine's such a nice guy. I actually met him through Veronica from Life of Agony. Veronica had a 40th birthday party at her house. So Christine and I were together at the time. So we went to the house and Carmine was there and she introduced us. So he sat down next to us while we were eating and asked me how I knew Veronica. So I told him, I said, I tech for them and, this and that. So he looks at me, he goes, well, what do you do? I says, I load in, load out, I set up, I break down, and I make sure everything goes smooth for, like stage manage.
Mhm.
And he goes, do you know how to set up drums? I says, yeah. And then he looked at me and he says, how'd you like to work for me? I was like, oh, I'd be honored.
Yeah.
So I did a one-off with them at Westbury, the Vanilla Fudge and the Rascals.
Huh.
And then I did a 4-show run with Vanilla Fudge. And then I did another one-off. And then I just did a few weeks ago in Jersey, the Rod Stewart tribute that he plays for.
Oh, no shit.
Worked the show, worked that show, and when he calls me, I go. They're great guys, very easy to work with.
Yeah.
And it's nice to get away, and everything. And
Yeah, man. Change the scenery, work with these people. Like you said, it was being
yeah,
honored. Like when do you get that opportunity to work with guys like that? Like you don't pass that shit up, man.
yeah, yeah. Then I teched for Biohazard at the Fillmore. The guys I know a long time. Danny called me and he says, "You want to work the show?" I said, "Yeah, sure." So me and Chris from Bulldoze and Larry the Squid helped them out.
Another guy,
Larry,
Chris Golis from Bulldogs, another good dude, man.
oh yeah, next time you see him, say, "I heard you like alligator dick."
All right, I'll say it. I don't know. I don't know if I want to scrap with that guy. You see the size of that fucking
No,
guy?
no, he'll laugh. He'll laugh because at that show they had a food truck outside solely for the bands and crew. So me and Chris go to get some food and we got like a cheesesteak or whatever the fuck we got. And then the guy had these fucking sausages. He was making sausage and pepper sandwiches, but it was with alligator meat, alligator sausage.
Okay.
So
Weird.
he
All
made us
right.
one. Yeah, I mean, it tastes like chicken, but
Yeah.
he made us one and we split it. So we were laughing, we're like, oh, alligator dicks. We're eating
Yeah.
alligator dick. So,
All right.
but Chris is the best, man. All the guys, Bulldoze, they're great, man.
Yeah.
Good dudes.
Yeah. Zach and Mike, all those guys, man. Yeah.
Yeah, Mike and Zach, I see all the time. Always at shows. And Zach, I saw recently for it
He
was
was at
the
the Leeway
Swan. I
thing.
mean,
He came to the Leeway show.
oh yeah, he came to the show, but he played with Scarhead. I think it was the Sworn Enemy downset Scarhead. Um, we
Yeah.
at the Kingsland. I worked the show.
Yeah.
And he played for Scarhead. But yeah, all great dudes, man. I love those guys.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I know those guys for a while too. Like actually shit, probably longer than I would fucking say off the top of my head if I thought about it. Yeah, man. Chris is always a good guy. I've been seeing him a lot lately. I saw him at Eddie's wake. I was like, oh God, man. So yeah, and then it was I don't think he made it to the Eddie thing, but I saw Zach there. And
Yeah, Zach was definitely the Chris. I didn't see there either. Um, and it's like a lot of these guys I became close with also because of the Agnostic Front tour.
Sure.
I met so many people, and it's great. Like, a matter of fact, I have a funny one for you, man. I work in Meadows, so this band called Massacre, not the old school death metal Massacre. These guys were like death thrash. They were from I think Colombia, right?
Right.
And they were fucking awesome. They're a great band, and I happened to work the show, and I saw somebody I knew who I met from when I was in Merauder. So he had a heavy Spanish accent. He was like, "Oh, Merauder, Merauder." I was like, "Oh, hey man, how you doing?" And then he tells the guy in Massacre, he goes, "Hey, Merauder," and the guy goes, "No, ain't Nazi from."
Oh,
I said, "What?" He goes, "Ain't Nazi from," and I was like, "But I'm not in the band." No, ain't Nazi from. So that night I was Agnostic Front.
Right.
And I went on stage with them at the end of the show, taking pictures with everybody. The guy's bowing to me. I was like, "Oh man,
this is crazy."
I was like, yeah, it was fucking funny, man. But it makes me feel good, because I practice my fucking ass off, and I'm happy that I get some kind of fucking recognition
100%,
and everything.
Yeah, it's
like we bust each other's. Yeah.
No. Go.
Like we bust each other's balls. Like on the AF tour, I played the Meadows, and you got fucking Panda, Steve Malibu, and Frankie Tyres. They pull out 3 pairs of big tidy whiteys that says "I heart Rob," one big Rob shred, "We love you, Rob," and they're holding them up in the crowd, and we're fucking dying laughing. And then Stigma puts it on, and he's fucking playing the show with them. Gallo put a pair on, and then Roger was like, he goes, "That was your night, bro." He goes, you earned your boots." We were laughing. So I get a picture from Stigma like a week later. He had him on his fucking Christmas tree. And then me and Mike Dijon go to his house. We go and just hang out. He has him on the fucking door. Then he goes, "I'm going to throw him away." I said, "No, put him in a frame like a hockey jersey." He goes, "Fuck you." But it's funny, man. We bust each other's balls all day, and it's good. Like our friends, we call each other homos and all of this stuff.
Of course, bro. That's what guys like of our age. That's what we do with each other, bro. It's not offensive. No, you break balls. If I don't break your balls or fuck around with you or joke around with you, then it's like then I'm not like, I can't be like friends with you if you're not that way. Because bro, all I do is break chops, bro. You gotta break balls. You
gotta laugh. You gotta have laughs. You gotta fucking. You can't walk around offended and all of that. Get the fuck out.
Fuck out. You finding something to be mad at, like. Come on, man. Laugh and it's like, stop taking yourself so serious, bro. It's you gotta just fucking chill.
I got no patience for people, but
no, me neither.
My main thing is now, look, I'm in the best shape of my life.
Yeah.
I box, I Muay Thai, I go to the gym. I'll knock the shit out of half the fucking guys around here, half the guys half my age or whatever. But it's not worth it. You know why? Because I look at it like this. I don't need to get no more trouble. No. And also, these jerk-offs ain't worth it, where I get locked up, then, I think about my mother, her well-being. You know what I mean?
100%.
And they're not worth it.
Yeah.
They really aren't. People who talk shit all the time, make up lies and all of this fucking bullshit, they do that because they want the attention.
Yeah, 100%.
So now the less you engage with them, they start drifting away. And before you know it, they're not there no more.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Yeah,
I used to engage.
People, blah 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 blah. They're starving for attention. It's like, what are you doing? Yeah, everybody sees what you're doing. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
it's like, how old are you?
It's ridiculous. It really is. Yeah. I used to engage with people. I used to say this or say that and whatever. It's not worth it no more. I don't want to be bothered.
No, I don't.
I want to work. I want to play my music, and I want to fucking, just live my life, because my life, all the bad decisions I made in my life, I'm paying for it now. So
Yeah.
I'm going to be 54 years old. I should be chilling on a fucking beach.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm doing more now than I ever did in my life, because I have to make up ground that I lost, or decisions that I made that fucked me up.
Yeah.
You know what I
Same
mean?
here, bro. Same here, man. Like I had it fucking, I was a mess for a long time, bro. Like, it was a lot of things, and I blame myself, you know what I mean? I mean, no one put a gun to my head to do, I was a fucking drunken animal, bad, bro. And I mean, I'm glad to say it's like on my birthday, September 5th, I have 10 years completely fucking sober. I had 6.5, then I went nuts for 3.5. And I wound up in a really fucking, really, really, really dark fucking place, bro.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't smoke cigarettes no more. I haven't drank in years. I don't do drugs. I don't want to be bothered with none of that. It's
Nah,
not
me
worth it.
neither. And it's like that's why
Everybody
like
has
I'm so busy. Yeah, I work and I take all the overtime I can. I go in early, I stay late, I work weekends, I do all this. Someone calls, like the other day, someone called out. I'll take that overtime shift because I need it. I don't need it, but I feel like if I'm home, I would feel like an asshole. I just left several $100s on the fucking table, and what am I doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So it's
like now I came to check out the band, and then they were short staffed. So Chip
yeah,
goes, "You want to work?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, man."
yeah. Why the fuck not?
So yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm actually I'm getting
Yeah.
paid now. But
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. So I go on these road trips. I spoil the shit out of my daughter. I go, bro. I just came back from a 16-day fucking insane road trip, just me and my daughter, bro. Flew out to Cali. We went all throughout California, Arizona,
yeah,
New
saw the pictures of all the
Bro, it was
places.
just me and my kid. She's gonna be
How
15.
old is she now?
She's gonna
15?
she's gonna be 15 on September 18th.
Oh wow, I'm September 19th.
I'm September 5th.
Nice.
We're all fucking Virgos over here. But
Yeah.
yeah, so it was like we were just on the road and we were two retards, bro, for 16 days. You should, if there was a microphone in that truck, it's like, what's wrong
Oh,
with
forget about it.
you? Just
Yeah,
two idiots.
yeah, and you know what's funny though? If you put a microphone in there, you wouldn't say half the shit you do, because you
No,
feel like,
of course.
you know,
Yeah. And it's just like there was no she's 15, bro. I was driving fucking, there was one day I drove like 14 hours. She didn't complain. She didn't like, oh, I gotta pee every 2 seconds. There was nothing but laughs and like the most amazing times, just me and my daughter. Because she doesn't live with me. She
you
lives
need
with her mom in Jersey. But
that. Okay.
so it was just like, it was like the best shit ever. And it's like, I'm so glad that I don't have any more chaos or drama in my life at all. I have fucking peace.
Yeah.
I have a great job. And it took a long time for me to get that peace and that quiet and that drama shit, where my only dilemma at this point is like, where's my next like long weekend or trip gonna be with my daughter? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's like with me. You know, I was struggling and everything, and then once shit kicked in, coverage wise for my mother, it gave me a lot more uh balance, and it took a lot off me mentally,
Yeah.
physically, and financially. So
Yeah.
now it's like, and now I'm not the youngest guy in the world, but
Me neither.
I'm happy that I'm getting recognition for music finally. I'm
Yeah.
doing, I've played for bands that, people could only dream of. Like I didn't think of it. You know, you're a fan, and then you become friends with the people, and then next thing you know, you're in the band, or you're touring for them, or working with them.
Yeah, man.
And it's pretty cool, man. And
Fucking awesome.
yeah, it's, I like it.
It's humbling, bro. It's fucking humbling. And to just to reiterate what I was just saying, I said all of that just to say, I also feel like I'm making up for a lot of lost time from the stupid decisions that I made. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, exactly.
I made a lot of stupid decisions. I stayed in places way too long than I should have fucking stayed. When things were done, they should have stayed done like fucking 7 years ago. And there's a lot of things that made me like almost stagnated in a certain way, mentally, fucking like just with a fucking bunch of bullshit on my mind. Where now I'm just like, I'm chilling.
No, I hear you.
You know,
I mean,
I focus on my daughter and my work, because without my work, obviously, it doesn't provide for me and my kid. So I fucking, I take that shit serious, and I keep busy because I feel like I'm making up for lost time. I spent a lot of fucking time passed out, drunk, fucking doing stupid shit years ago. And it's like, man, like I'm gonna be 49 in September. I'm not fucking 18 anymore, bro. Sometimes I feel like I'm still 18, which is a beautiful thing.
Go out all the time and get into fights, get fucked up, or just do stupid shit. And it's like, all right, I got it out of my system. Now I don't want to be bothered.
I don't want to be bothered with nothing or nobody, bro.
The people I got to deal with sometimes at the club, these kids come in, they talk shit or whatever. I'm like, listen, do yourself a favor, just walk, man. Just walk away. They're not worth it. They don't know what it's like to get stepped to. They don't know what it's like to get their jaw broken.
Right.
They don't know. They just don't know shit because they're too young and they're fucking, they're idiots.
Yeah, it's a whole different. 2024 and 1992 are worlds apart, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and also
getting dealt with.
Also, the fact that everybody's got 911 on speed dial, they all got cameras.
Of course.
They film everything. You punch a guy in the face here and you leave. They could find every camera follow you all the way home.
You're on someone's ring camera, fucking from across the street, fucking knocking out some jerk who deserved it.
Exactly. That's why I want to be bothered. People talk shit. The keyboard commandos. What do what you got to do. This is what I want to do. You sign a fucking waiver that says you won't press charges on me, and then get in the fucking ring with me or something.
Right.
Or fight me in the street, and just sign something that says you won't press charges after I fucking whoop you.
Right.
But they don't do that. They're like, talking shit, and but it's not worth it. I don't want to do that no.
Yeah.
I don't. Or else I would have done it 100 times over. But it's not worth it no more.
Yeah. And
now
those make the loudest noises, bro.
Yeah. The fucking, people talk and talk and talk because they think they're intimidating people. And, listen.
You're just making yourself look like a jerk off.
Exactly. And there are certain things I do because out of respect,
right?
Not fear. Right. You know what I mean?
Sure.
There's a big difference.
Of course there is.
If I fuck up, I man up to it and I fucking try and do what I got to do to fix it.
Right.
I fucked up a lot in life. I'm not going to lie. Fucked up things, between me and certain people. And it still bothers me. But, who knows? Down the line, maybe things will change. But
like
right now, it's best we are where we are. And, I'm trying to get back to where I was. I mean, I'm not doing as bad as I used to be because things leveled off and I'm building my way back up. It takes time, but made a lot of bad decisions and now, doing a lot better. So that's all that matters.
That's all that fucking matters, bro. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Fuck. Who's playing tonight?
Exciter. Remember them?
Of course.
They're from like the early 80s.
Of course I remember them, and I know who they are, of course. I don't think I've ever seen them live, though.
I never did either. That's why I wanted to check them out. And
what time do they go on? And what time is it now?
It's 8:51, it says in the car here.
All right.
And I think they're going on at 9:30 because they asked me to walk the band from the green room through the crowd.
Okay.
So, like, all right, I'll do that.
I'll do that. Why the fuck not? What else am I gonna do? I'll start the talk shit for a little while and I'll walk a band to the stage. It's not a bad night, bro.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not. And a bunch of people I know came to the show. A couple of people I haven't seen in a long time.
All right, good.
And that's it, man.
When are you going back in? When are you? Hold on. Let me fucking settle down right here. When are you going back in with Joey Z and releasing what you were doing? You said you had a couple of songs. From Mike Gibbons, and then you had other stuff going on.
The Mike Gibbons song, I have to wait for my friend to, level off with his, with everything that he was going through, and then he has all kinds of equipment and all shit at his house.
Right.
And I was gonna do that like a little instrumental thing, but as far as Joey Z goes, I spoke to him, I want to say maybe a month ago. I think before they went to Europe this time. And I don't want to speculate, but I think he said the end of September, he's going to have open time because he has, they tour a lot. And he also has, bands that he has booked to record at his house as well.
Sure.
So depends on his schedule.
Yeah.
And I mean, all I need is like a day or two notice.
Yeah.
And
good.
We'll see what happens.
And I'm happy that you're doing something in honor of Mike Gibbons, because he definitely deserves his flowers too, bro.
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
you're,
man.
You're right. Well, because yes, everyone knew that he passed and it was fucking sad. And then once Eddie passed, unfortunately, he kind of got a little bit, swept under the rug.
Yeah, no, it's okay. But listen, like I said, I was a lot closer with Gibbons than I was with Eddie, but I loved Eddie too, man. Eddie was great. And I'm not going to sit here like a lot of people you and I both know, and people in the scene, they're all like, somebody dies, and they're like, quick to be like, oh, we got to do this. I was his biggest fan. I was this, I was that. Meanwhile, you weren't, but
you really weren't.
Just, they're people, you know what I mean? Rock star, hardcore guy, sports guy, whatever the fuck you are, you're still a person.
Yeah.
And if the person dies, then, you don't treat it as if it's like, well, I was there at the wake. I was there at the show. I was there. Right. Like, you really want to make, I've seen people take selfies at fucking wakes. And I want to punch them.
Stop. It's like, that's disgusting, number one. Number two, it's like, stop making it about yourself.
And like, do you really think that you're going to get looked at in a better way or a higher standard because you went to somebody's wake, or you went to see somebody play, or you got in early, or you were standing on the side of the stage?
Right.
Look, I go to shows a lot.
Right.
I stand on a stage. I take a lot of selfies, but I don't use it as a, like I've seen people put up pictures, and then somebody will be like, "Oh, I took that picture," or "Look, there's me," or like, who cares?
Well, like, yo, can I get photo credit? It's like, what?
Yeah,
it's like, let's just say, I don't know. I have a picture. I have several pictures, not selfies, that people took of like me and Eddie. It's like, if somebody asks me, like, "Oh, I took that picture, can I have photo credit?" I can't talk to you no more. That's a jerk off thing.
Look, if you're in a major publication or whatever, or you're like getting images,
you're a douchebag at the show that happened to use my phone or Eddie's phone. Like, stop, man, stop.
Yeah, let me tag you and say, hey, look, whatever. If somebody says that to me, like, "Oh, Rob took the picture," all right, fine, and they tag me in it, fine. I don't ask them to say, yo, put up to the, I did it or whatever. Fuck cares, man.
No one cares. Nobody gives a fuck.
It's ridiculous,
It's so bad.
And
it's bad.
And we bust each other's balls, we laugh and this and that, but sometimes you look at certain people and it's like, this person, they need to get a fucking life or something, man. It's ridiculous.
Do something with yourself.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, man. Fucking.
Yeah, man. Fuck. Well, I won't hold you. Fucking. Is there anything else you want to talk about? You want to air it? You want to air anybody out? Any jerk offs? Any dish rag douchebags?
No, we'll be here for a week.
100%. Because this will turn into a fucking shit show, bro.
Yeah, listen. I don't want to come on here and sound like certain people who feel the need to fucking post things talking shit about people.
Of course.
I don't care. If people who I think are a jerk off, you know who you are.
Right.
You know I think you're
right.
So I don't have to mention the list. It's a fucking a scroll.
It's a fucking Dead Sea Scrolls. It's fucking long.
But I'm gonna be
at the
around.
end of the day, it's not worth the fucking. They're not worth our breath, bro.
Not worth the breath, bro. They're not. I'm gonna be around, still playing guitar,
Yeah.
still fucking trying to tour, still fucking teching whoever will give me the work, I'm there.
Yeah.
And if anybody needs guitar lessons or a guest on writing songs, anything.
Yeah. Any
Just
kind of
get hit up.
project, a little guest spot, something like that. That's cool, man.
Yeah, they know where to find me. I'm not a hard person to find.
Yeah.
And and I want to thank everybody who's always been there, supported me, and then that helped out in times of need, that have been there for me to talk and been there, as friends, as fellow musicians, as everything. I appreciate everything. I don't really get a chance to thank people. I just post stupid shit on Panda's wall every day.
Yeah.
But and once in a while, a couple of pictures here and there of, nights I work, guys will come to the show and all that shit.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I was on here. It was cool, man. I'm glad
Yeah,
you had me on.
I'm glad that you. Who was that? It was like Jeff and Ray. Like, yeah, the second thing you're like, I'm waiting for my debut. I'm like, fucking, let's go. Let's fucking do it, bro. I'm fucking. There's no protocol. It's like you should have technically been on here years ago. It's like whatever.
Yeah,
man.
and then Jeff too. I know him a long time, and
Jeff's a good dude, man.
We shared the stage for the first time. Same with Matty Pasta. I know the guy fucking 20 years or whatever, and it's the first time we shared the stage.
Yeah, that's awesome. Matty Pasta is a fucking another good fucking dude, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I know him a long time.
Yeah.
And
yeah. Fucking. Yeah, it was definitely that was a cool fucking whole experience. That whole thing. I'm glad that that I decided to fucking come out of retirement or whatever the fuck you want to call it to do that one thing. But
hiatus, maybe.
Like I said earlier, it's like it really wasn't me. I kind of just threw it out there, and a lot of people came together. It's like Anthony Killing Time. Like I asked him, I was like, "Yo, what do you think Killing Time would do this?" Because I knew that he knew Eddie for his entire life, and before he even confirmed with all the Killing Time guys,
and Anthony's another great guy, man.
Fucking best dude, man. And he was
I didn't see him.
Yeah, before he told me about Killing Time, he was like. Right, like an immediate message back. He's like, I wouldn't be opposed to doing the first Token Entry 7-inch. I was like, okay, like, what am I going to say? Nah, I don't know. I don't think so. Like, of course, because Eddie Leeway has a connection with that Gilligan's Revenge Token Entry. Of course, there's a tie in there.
Yeah.
I'm like, of course. And then he was like, give me like a day or two. And then like the next afternoon, he's like, yeah, we're all good to go. I was like,
yeah,
I
told Anthony at the show, man, it's good seeing you, man. And, it sucks under these circumstances. You got to see people, but I hadn't seen him in a long time. He's always been a great dude, man. And
gentleman.
Yeah, exactly. And the only thing that bothered me sometimes is like you stand there on the stage, you look out, and you see people who came to the benefit were people who did badmouth Eddie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
And but now they're all about support and all that shit.
Yeah. Well,
shit like that bothers me.
You're gonna get that. But you know what? Pay a $20 donation, buy a fucking shirt, buy a raffle ticket, and help in that way. If you want to be a jerk off behind the scenes, be a fucking jerk off behind the scenes. Because at the end of the day, it was a gathering to honor Eddie and to play in his honor and respect him. And at the end of the day, really is to help out his sisters. And that's what.
I'm glad I was a part of it.
Me too.
And I don't even, what I do, like 5 songs or something like that, 4 songs?
Yeah, you were supposed to do like 1 or 2 songs. I said, you're up there for like most of the set, which is
I was happy about that. And I didn't know any of the stuff. Artie showed me. I mean, I knew the 3 chords in Rise and Fall, obviously. I think everybody knows that. But Artie showed me the songs, and went home. I practiced them, and we did it.
We did it.
And
it was awesome.
It was great.
I'm glad that you were a part of it too. Oh, before I forget, I have to shout out everybody support my sponsor, which is Generation Records, located at 210 Thompson Street in the West Village of New York City. Follow them on Instagram at Generation Records. The only thing I ever ask anybody on this is a long time ago, like 5 years ago, the Blast Furnace Instagram page has been hacked. I don't have access to it. So I wrote this book, which is in my editor's hands, but I created an Instagram page for that, and it just wound up turning into a personal / Blast Furnace Instagram page, and it's at Relatively Unscathed on Instagram. Just follow that. You'll get all the podcast shit. And on Facebook, the group it's been there since day one. So that's where I get most of the traction from, because that's just what it is. There's like 4,000 people on there. But so yeah, just support Generation Records. Go to Instagram at Relatively Unscathed and follow it. I'll follow you back. I don't give a shit. So yeah.
And for me on Rob Castoria on Facebook, and on Instagram it's official_Big Rob Shreds. If anybody, like I said, wants to collaborate, needs lessons, needs songs written, needs tech work or anything like that, you know where to find me.
There you go. Awesome, man. Well, dude, this was awesome. I won't hold you hostage anymore.
Definitely.
Go enjoy your fucking show. And hopefully there's nobody acts like a jerk off, so you don't have to drag anybody out, and you can have a nice, easy night. And
yeah, the good thing is they're all metalheads, so they have hair. I could drag them out by the hair.
There you go, caveman style. That's it. Drag them out by the fucking hair. Awesome. Good shit.
But all right, man. Definitely, man. I'll see you soon, brother, and we'll be in touch.
Absolutely. And you'll trust me, you'll know when this goes up. As soon as we're done, I'm going to send it off to my guy. Within a few days, you'll know when it's up. As a matter of fact, once I put this down and send it over, I'm going to finish up your flyer, and that's going to be that.
Cool.
All right, bro. Be safe.
All right, bro. I'll talk to you soon,
man.
Jimmy.
You got it.
Thank
bro.
you.
Anytime.
All right. Later, man.
Later, brother.